Here we go. Let's talk about logic, the foundations of logic. We're going to be laying some groundwork for where we're going in the future with some of this. And I think the first thing we could start with is this wonderful definition that a statement is a declarative sentence, also an equation or an inequality that is either true or false, but it is not both simultaneously. I'll give you a second to write that as I sort of talk about what that means. Basically, we are declaring something, and that declaration could be true or it could be false. Now, let's not look at false statements and say, oh, that's not a statement. It's still a statement. It could be false, but it's still a statement, right? I could say 5 equals 7. That's a statement. It is clearly false, but it's a statement. We need to be cautious that we do not confuse a statement with a question, a command, an opinion, or a paradox. Paradox is one of those things that's kind of true and false at the same time, which would violate this. It can't be both simultaneously. All right, here we go. We are going to do some, but not all of these. And when we do them, we will decide if it's a statement or not. And then if it's not a statement, we're going to decide what it is. Okay? So the mascot of Asheboro High School is the Blue Comets. Is that a statement? Yeah, that's a statement. That's a statement. If not a statement, what is it? Well, it is a statement. If it is a statement, is it true or false? Well, that would be true. Obviously, we'll just put a big T for true. Let's slide up, get out of this shadow that's over here. Okay, 7 plus 5 equals 10. Is that a statement? Now, you might be tempted to say no, but actually, yes, it's a statement. But is it true? No, that would be false. Clearly false. Get a job. All right. Is that a statement? Well, I might be stating something, but I'm not technically stating something. I'm declaring something, but I'm actually commanding something. A statement is a declarative sentence, and even though this is a sentence and I might be declaring that you are to get a job, that is a command. So that would be a no. And so what is it? It is a command. When is lunch? Because I'm hungry. Well, when is lunch? That actually is a question. So no, that is not a statement, and that would be a question. So we're getting the hang of determining what a statement is, because later on we're going to say, if this is true and this is true, then this is true. So if you brush your teeth and you floss, then you will not get cavities. And, maybe that's true, maybe that's not, depending on your dental predilections. But it can be said that you brush your teeth or you floss. Those are true statements. I could not say, will you brush your teeth? Like that doesn't even make sense. Will you brush your teeth? Can you have cavities? There's no truth or falseness in that. Okay? Here's the next one. This statement is false. Whoa, wait a minute. The statement is false. Okay, if I tell you this statement is false, and you believe me, then the statement must be true, but the statement is false. But then it's true because I said it was false, so it must be false. But then it's true, and we go back and forth on this all day. So no, this is not a statement. This one is a paradox. Those don't happen very often, but paradox. Something that's true and false at the same time. Okay, William Henry Harrison had the shortest presidency in American history. That, my friends, is a statement. Yes, it is. And it is indeed true. Now, if I was to say Franklin Delano Roosevelt had the shortest presidency in American history, still a statement, but it would be false. Okay? Abraham Lincoln was the greatest president in American history. Now, you may feel that way. You may not feel that way. It is completely up to you because that is your opinion. How are we measuring presidency? What will we do? Like, what's the standard for this? And how would you measure greatest in these circumstances? So this is an opinion. This cannot be measured. Okay, I can easily measure shortest presidency. It was like 30 days, 31, 32 days, something like that. It was super short. Nevertheless, I can quantify that. I can't really quantify that. Okay, I'm stopping here on this stuff. And the rest of these are up to you, and we shall move on. And as we do, we are going to talk about compound statements. A compound statement is a statement that is compound. Let me clarify that a little bit better. A compound statement is one or more simple statements. Now, some people call them atomic statements. Atom, A-T-O-M, meaning that it gets down to its most fundamental level, which is where is why we use the word atom to refer to, well, atoms. One or more simple statements combined by at least one of these words. Now, this is not an exhaustive list of these words, but when you see the main gist of it, you'll see where we're going. Now, before we go any further, instead of simple, I'm also going to put up in here in green atomic. It is rare that you'll see it referred to as that, but an atomic statement, again, is like a fundamental statement, and it's used to build other things. So if I have it's just a random thought. If I have atomic statements put together, I guess they would be molecular statements because atoms make molecules, but whatever. Here's the words, and I'm going to put them in red because they're super important. And I'm looking for words like and. I'm also going to put them in all caps because I'm shouting them at you. And, or, not. Those are the three big ones. There are others as well. If, then, those usually go together. Sometimes you can have an if and not a then, because the then will be implied. I may not say the word then, like, if you're hungry, I'll give you a sandwich. Okay, well, I technically left the word then out, but it technically belongs to, if you're hungry, then I will give you a sandwich. So, there's that. But then there are some even more obscure ones that are seldom used, and they're words like, but, yet, I would put however in there, but they're just so rare. We will use but in here a little bit, but not very much. Okay, so here are our directions. We need to determine if each of these is a compound statement. Basically, I'm looking for the key words, and if it's a compound statement, I need to say why, and I think I can just put some keywords in there, and then we'll figure it out from there. So Mr. Faircloth teaches world history, and Miss Reed teaches math too. And actually this one is, yes, it's a compound statement, and I'd like to think it's fairly obvious that this one is a compound statement because of the word and so that combines it. And if I can go a little bit deeper here, this is a statement. Mr. Faircloth teaches world history. Okay, that's a statement, and it's either true or it's false. Miss Reed teaches math too. That's true, or it's false. Actually, it's true, and so is that. But even if they were false, it would be a statement and another statement joined by one of these words. So we would have one or more simple statements combined by at least one of those words, okay? If it is raining outside, then you will carry an umbrella, and I think this one's fairly obvious too, and that would be a yes. And these are statements. It is raining outside and you'll carry an umbrella. Maybe it's raining, maybe it's not. Maybe you will, maybe you won't carry an umbrella. So the truthfulness of it is irrelevant. I just want to determine if these are statements and if it's a compound statement, and it is. And the reason it is because of my if and my then. Okay? We decided to play a game of Monopoly. Well, that's great. We scanned this sentence. I'm glad. I hope you had a wonderful time playing Monopoly, which usually takes about 7 days to play, which will leave you weak. Never mind. We decided to play a game of Monopoly. You'll never see those words or anything like them in this sentence. So this is not a compound statement. So no. And the reason it's a no is because I don't have those words. I'm not writing that down, but I don't have any of those keywords. Today is not Tuesday. So actually, when I'm filming this, it is a Tuesday. So this would be a false statement, but it is a statement. And actually, it's a compound statement. Now, I know you're like, well, I don't have a and or a or, but I do have the not. And the word not, obviously, is going to change the meaning of it. So if I said today is Tuesday, I'm getting ahead of myself in the lesson here, but if I said today is Tuesday, that's a statement. If I say today is not Tuesday, I've changed the meaning of it. So yes, this is a compound statement, and the word not is what gives it away. All right. Let's do one more. I was going to bring my lunch today, but I forgot it. Okay. I was going to bring my lunch today. That's a statement. I forgot it. That's a statement. And they're combined with the word but, which is another way of saying and. Within the context of logic, which is what we're dealing with, but is another word for and. I could say and here, and it would technically have the same meaning. I was going to bring my lunch today, and I forgot it. So yes, and the word but gives it away, which is a lot like and. And by the way, yet is another one that's almost like and. I was going to bring my lunch today, yet I forgot it. I could say yet, I could say but, I could say and they all have the same meaning within this context. Okay, I am going to stop, and I'm going to stop the video here and let you finish whatever you need to finish on this, and we will resume with the next page.